the Marine Corps. You've got a lot of hats you're holding there. But give us an example of one area you'd like to highlight.
Sure. Probably the most exciting recent announcement has been the extension of the Army software factory in Austin, Texas. So we have a piloted footprint down there where the Marines are showcasing talent, but they're also learning. And we're also, piloting just what my colleague just mentioned. How can you take advantage of an infrastructure as a code and a platform that's not sitting within your own data center and your own infrastructure that you now have to also secure. You also have to protect the data. If it's containerized, that's a whole nother set of protection. So we're really proud of our ability to pilot this program with the Army. And the reason we chose to partner with the Army, because I got that question at one of my recent events, and I want to make sure I address it. Making sure that we can take advantage of joint talented resources instead of being an individual. Marine Corps loves to be, ready and first in. But we also look for those opportunities where we can collaborate with each other across the service and across the government. What that does is not only builds a collaborative space to learn from each other, which is always great, people, but there's also a fiscal concession that you achieve. That return of investment across the government allows us not to make duplicated efforts in investments. And then it allows me to work with the programs and resource management team and find other things that may be below the cut line of our budget and start to invest in some of those. So the fiscal investments is also something that I think is a great benefit. It also helps us with training. We have this MOS, the application developers. MOS is 0673 for everyone out there that's interested in coming into the Marine Corps for that. That
like
formalized
a recruiting angle there.
Yes. Can't miss the opportunity to acquire some great talent.
Absolutely.
And so we take this and we look at that and say, okay, how do we make this also about talent management and training as well? So you get the human resources initiative, but we can also standardize training, listening to Mr. Giuliano talk about how do you standardize those controls? Well, if you can standardize controls and you can standardize a few environments, then you can standardize training and reaching the talent gap that we have right now in cybersecurity. Training is probably going to be a better way to approach it versus, keeping things very customized and very special to, people like the Marine Corps, the Army, Navy, whomever. And then we also had this existing capability called McBoss that everyone hears about. And so the software factory was a chance to consolidate all the things we had learned in the past, find ways to take a standardized approach, help with the training, and also demonstrate how we can also manage talent and find opportunities to recruit, as well as those lessons learned from what everyone else has learned.